Recently, I escaped for a short 5-day vacation to meet a friend who lives in Mexico, 30 minutes south of Tijuana. Lately, it's been tough for me to get away, so I was looking forward to doing a little surfing and enjoying some sunshine. Sadly, nothing went as planned. Chilly weather kept me in a hoodie for most of my stay, and worst of all, the surf was not up. Some say my expectations are always too high. Well, either way, I was disappointed. But a fairy tale moment occurred, and I didn't even realize it until I was sitting in the Tijuana airport getting ready to head home. I'll share more in a moment, but first I want to tell you about my friend. We'll call her Tiffany since that's her name. She's a beautiful, intelligent, and savvy individual with a deep love for her people. I was grateful to have her as my guide for my visit to Rosario, especially because my Spanish es no bueno. Anyway, I immediately noticed Tiffany's generosity, especially to those in need. And she was about to teach me a lesson I will never forget. We were heading back to Rosario after a long day in Ensenada. She wanted to stop at these giant sand dunes along the way. She needed a bathroom, so we pulled off the highway between two roadside stands where t-shirts swayed in the gentle desert breeze. She told me to wait in the car, but after some time passed, I began to worry for her safety. I stepped from the car and she called out to me. I looked up to see her standing at the roadside stand with tennis shoes, t-shirts, and other stuff that she really didn't need. She told me that the kind ladies at the roadside stand let her use their personal bathroom, and so she wanted to buy some stuff from them. I caught the glance of a beautiful little girl, probably about 6 years old, and she was just staring at me. And I smiled and waved to her, and of course she hid right behind her mom, and she kept peeking out at me and smiling, and I kept waving to her, and I was just like in love with this kid. Anyway, when Tiffany purchased her items, we got in the car and we started driving away, and I was like, man, that little girl was just so like just touched me, and I was like, I wish there was something I could do for her. Like, I wish I'd like brought some little bags of gummy bears or some little treat, because she was the second little girl in 2 days that I had met that kind of just caught my heart, really. Like, something touched me with these two little girls. I went on to say, like, I just wish I could give her something. And that's when Tiffany looked at me and she said, give them money. They don't have any. And those words have echoed through my mind a lot. So I flipped the car around. We went back to the stand and I gave the little girl the $5. I was actually really impressed with Tiffany because when I handed the money to the little girl, she looked at the mom and she said, this money is for escuela, like school. No comida, no treats, no food, no treats. It's to help her, whatever she needs for school. She says, give me your phone. And I gave her my phone and I went over to take pictures with this little girl. We asked what her name was. Her name was Olivia. And I stepped over behind the stands for the pictures, and she was kind of shy at first. And I shared a cute little moment with her where we just looked at each other, and she saw me as someone who loved her, and I saw her as someone that I love deeply. And anyways, I actually didn't think much about it at the time. We drove over to the sand dunes and we played around on there. I'll post a video about that a little later, but the gravity of that moment didn't hit me until I was sitting in the Tijuana airport waiting to get on my airplane to go home. I got kind of excited as my thoughts turned to returning home to my 4 beautiful daughters, who are a little bit older than this cute little Olivia. And I thought, oh, I'm going to send them a picture of this beautiful little girl. And I had not even looked at the pictures yet that Tiffany had taken from my time with Olivia. And as I looked through the pictures, my heart just melted for this beautiful child of God, and tears came to my eyes as I flipped through the pictures, and I saw especially one particular picture where I could just feel her pure joy. And that's when I realized that the power of that moment was much bigger than the currency that I'd handed to that beautiful little child. It hit me that God has blessed me far more than I deserve. Like, what have I done to deserve this amazing life? Like, I was born to a family that's successful and everybody goes to college and we all have education and good jobs and all this stuff. I was like, man, God has given me so much and I just don't give back. And yes, I donate money every time I'm paid, but that's beside the point. There's people out there who need help, and I just really, I failed. And so this moment changed me, to see Tiffany and the way she is with her people. And literally she's out looking for opportunities to serve her people. I just felt like I got to do something. I got to be better. And I'm like, what do I do? Do I start a nonprofit? I don't know. I am in one of those spots in my life where I feel like I got to be better. I got to do more. You know, if you're watching this and you feel the same way, or if you have an idea for me, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'm kind of like in this moment where I'm lost, but I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to make the world a better place, especially for all these beautiful little girls. Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to my favorite surf company, Tropico Surf, located in Ensenada. In this location, you can rent all the gear you need for your day in the water. If you're in the northern part of Baja California Sur, be sure to check them out. And as always, I will love you forever if you'll like and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me and will allow me to continue my life's mission to show you the coolest people, places, and things on Earth. And once again, I would love to hear from you. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and aloha.